Welcome back to the FM Llama. If you can barely hear me, I apologise. It is absolutely chaos all around me. The whole of the south of France has declared National Petar Musa Day. It was meant to just be a small gathering of team officials, and it has snowballed. The great and the good from the world of football are all here. The town has thrown a carnival in honour of the great man. Everybody's calling it MooseStock. It's trending on Twitter. The shrubbery lot have flown over from Poland. Bartosz Lewiński is absolutely hammered again. What Bill and Monica are going to say, I have no idea. Splinter de Moyes in fancy dress. He's not been in the dance floor in the last 3 hours. We've got loads of celebrities here. They've got ex-footballers here. Alan Titchmarsh, who's pitching in on the bar. Carlton Palmer's doing kids' face painting. Even Sepp Blatter bought his famous potato salad. I think I can even see Dan Walker with the football-focused cameras arriving. Dan! I don't think he can hear me. Dan! I'll have to get him later. I need to try and wind down this party because we've got a game to get to against Auxerre. Okay, sorry about that hectic start to the episode. The party is now winding down. Few of the players are just napping it off a little bit. We have got a very important game this evening at home against Auxerre. Since our last episode, form has been a little bit of a mixed bag. So in the last episode, we went to Sochaux, who are a very good team at this level, and we lost 2-0. We followed that up with a game against Rodez, who were runaway champions in the third tier that we played in last season. We managed to get a 1-1 draw. Joel Ribeiro opened the scoring for us, but then Nakubi equalised for them. So we were on a run of 3 games without a victory, and then we went to Le Havre and we were poor. Yoga was a flexible player in that game, and he put them into the lead, and we were unable to respond. And then we had a home game against Caen, and they took a 2-0 lead into half-time, and we tried to go attacking in the second half, but barely registered a shot of note. So form had got a little bit disappointing. We'd gone 5 games without a victory going into the Ajaccio game, and it was a 0-0 draw. We tried to arrest our decline. We tried tweaking the tactic a little bit, but it was to absolutely no available. That made it 6 without a win. We then had a cup game in the 7th round of the cup against Vertu. We dominated. We had nearly 40 shots in that game, but it relied on Petar Musa scoring a penalty just to squeak us into the next round. But in that game, we started tweaking the tactic a little bit. So we went into the next fixture against Nîmes, and Nîmes were top of the table at the time, and we changed some of the player roles and mentalities around to try and just get the tactic operating a little bit more effectively, and it worked. They took the lead, but we came storming back in the second half. Ribeiro in the 59th, Gilles Foucault in the 70th, and it got us our first win in 7, which set us up nicely for the Nancy game, themselves near the top of the table in 3rd place, but we managed to defeat them 2-1, and of course, it was the man, the Moose, the legend that scored for us in the 30 and 31st minute with 2 great shots from outside of the area. Amin Bassi got one back for them in the second half, but it was all to no avail, and so we've now made it 3 wins in the bout, and we go into the Auxerre game in pretty good form and sitting in quite a good spot in the table. So we're sitting there in 8th place. We're comfortably clear of the relegation zone, which is the important bit, but we are in striking distance of Metz in that playoff zone as well. So it's looking pretty good. Musa, of course, we have relied on. He has been fantastic for us so far this season with his assists, with his involvement in the build-up play, with the 9 goals that he scored for us. Important goals as well. When the team goes on a little dip in form, you can rely on the Moose to dig you out of a hole. So let's have a look at the tactic and just explain how we've tweaked it a little bit. It's the same formation. We've still got this back four with de Moy sitting just in front of them. But now we've moved Ribeiro into the midfield as an attacking playmaker. And rather than having inside forwards on both sides, we're now playing Anapak Baka as an out-and-out winger, just trying to maximise the amount of balls we get into the box for the big man, and it has been working so far. So we're going into today's game hopeful. Auxerre have just replaced their manager. Obviously, that's given them that new manager bounce that's allowed them to win their last game, but they're down near the relegation places. For a team as prestigious as them, that clearly is a poor position in the table, but we're hoping that we can compound their misery today. Let's go out there and impress me. The form has been good. There's the teams lining up before the game. Let's see if we can have a positive start. So, well, this is their keeper, Michel. He bowls it out, but look at us. We are onto it like an absolute cougar. And there he is. No hangovers for the Moose. The carnival in his honour has clearly picked up his spirits. 2.5 minutes into the game. And he has raced onto a through ball from the midfield. Let's see who got that assist. Gilavogu, and it's the advanced playmaker. There he is. He has slid a ball through. And what a neat and tidy finish that is by the Moose. That is why the south of France is talking about him. That is why a public holiday has been declared in Toulon, so that everybody could attend MooseStock. I think that could well become an annual event. Okay, we're back on the attack again as Aaron Nat. There's our winger now, but you can see he's still got his fullback overlapping outside him. He's found him. We know who's in the box if he can get it in, but here's Aaron Nat. Okay, he stutters and he drifts. A charming little effort wide of the post, but that's a good start to the game. Could have given them a route back in, though. There's Buchtman. Got a little free kick. What's he got? You know when the highlights bring you to a direct free kick, the danger is just a moment away, and they have tied it up. We're on the 15-minute mark. We've already had a couple of goals. Not a lot that Gilles, who, by the way, is back in goal for us, could do about that one. So it's all square, and we're starting from scratch again. Look at that. We're dominating possession, playing pretty well. We've got Master Splinter clearly putting in all those fouls back there. Ribeiro's playing well as the attacking playmaker. Little bit disappointed with Gilavogu and Bakker on the wings. They've not offered too much. But we're going into half-time. 8 shots to 3. Well, that's not a bad first half. But I think we need to try and press on in the second half. So let's dig deep and give everything that you've got. There's going to be a few tired players out there after MooseStock. Spirits were high. Demoy barely came off the dance floor all afternoon. He arrived in fancy dress. Gilavogu is at the post. The Moose can't pounce. Okay, we started the second half positively. Need another highlight. Here we go. Gilavogu's got a corner. He slung it in. There's the Moose again. Oh, he looks threatening. My goodness, he's looking radiant today. Now they've got a counter-attack. Here's Lasamba. It's been sniffed out. Ribeiro, the playmaker's back there helping out. He's got players ahead of him if he can find them. He's gone long, and why wouldn't you when the Moose is on the prowl? Gonna have to hold it up. He's played it back. Gilavogu's with him. There's the playmaker back up there. And that's a nice little finish from your inside forward. Cartwheels, careful, got a little bit close to the Moose's face there. Don't want to damage the moneymaker. But we're back into the lead. There's the big man doing his hold-up players. Only a target man can. Ribeiro playmaking once more. Second assist of the game. And that's why you have your inside forward cutting in on his left foot. He's arrowed one into the corner. Well, and we've edged our way back in front again. Gilavogu looks like he's struggling for fitness. Buchtman's on another free kick. It's a long ranger. Hits the bar. Don't think Gilliken's got a touch. We might need to make a change. Gilavogu looks like he's struggling. Not got a huge amount on the bench that we can bring on for him. Let's give Utkus. He can't play out there, but let's give him a go. At least he's got a little bit of fitness in those legs. Let's give him half an hour out there to see what he can craft for us. Okay, highlight time again. Here's Husek at the back. Let's see what he can build. He's got Master Splinter there with him if he needs. but we've gone wide. Here is Utkus. He's got his fullback overlapping. Here's Echeverria. Can he get a ball into the box? He struggles. He's got a second go. There's Utkus, Ribeiro. The attacking playmaker role has suited him. He fits it like a glove. Absolutely superb. 6th goal of the season. That's a goal and 2 assists for that young rascal today. 19 years old. His club in Italy didn't want him. We are only too glad to have his services. He is looking smoother than velvet in that midfield. And now it's 3-1. It's looking like the good form is continuing. We might just get another set of fresh legs on there. Let's get Lachey out there. Maybe give Master Splinter a bit of a rest. He was working it pretty hard on that dance floor at MooseStock. Just give Mouchet a bit of a run out. Want to get him as much game time as we can. Try and build his stats. Remember, Master Splinter's only on loan. Might not have his services next season. Should have done better with that. Anapak backer. But we are pressing. They're only threatening us through set pieces. But another set piece has cost us. And now, we're hanging on a little bit. So, let's get the old time wasting on. Not looking quite as comfortable as we did. Indirect free kick this time. Looks like a Polish player coming in at the back post. Heads it across and Ngando gets them back in the game. We've got one more time-wasting substitute up our sleeve. Let's just give the big man the standing ovation he deserves. Evan Rossier's coming on. You can bet your bottom dollar he's not going to score. He hasn't done in the previous 12 appearances he's made. But it looks like we may have just nursed it through to the final whistle. Indeed we have. Well, what a day of celebration it has been. MooseStock 2020 brought the town of Toulon alive. The Moose then celebrates with a 3rd-minute goal. We get another victory, and that has moved, well, it's left us in 8th place in the table. We're still 4 points off the playoff positions, but look at that gap between us and Grenoble in 18th place now. It's looking like getting towards the halfway point in the season. 2 games to go till we hit the halfway point. Well, it's looking like we're doing a good job of staying clear of relegation, exceeding the board's expectations, and who knows, we might even be pushing on a little bit. So let's have a little look at what we've got coming up. We've got a French Cup game, and then we've got games against Chambly, Troyes, Orléans, and then we've got that horror show against Niort to come, who beat us 4-0 earlier in the season. Looks like we've got lots of games on TV. Everybody in France seems to be getting excited about Toulon. Obviously, the Moose factor has a lot to do with that. But that will do us for today's episode. Thank you for all of your support, your likes, your tweets. Thank you for everybody that subscribed to the channel so far. Thank you for your support of MooseStock. I know it means a lot to the big man. And we are going to see you very, very soon for another installment of Border Adventures.